Sick of people at ESPN or Sports Center who think they have their heads on their shoulders but really don't? Well, it's time for the Jimmy the K Sports Show. We're going to give you the most urgent sports news. Sit back, relax, and get ready for the number one sports show on the web, the Jimmy the K Sports Show. Here we go, my sports friends. We're here with Big Do. That was Christina Grimmie. Christina Grimmie from The Voice. I want to send condolences out to her as to what happened Friday night at her concert. I don't know if many of y'all know it's not sports related, but she was gunned down in cold blood by supposedly a fan. Um,
What does that remind you of? That one girl was in the movies. She was on a TV show or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was some guy stalked her, and she was outside her condo, and he gunned her down. Selena, it happened to be inside somebody
Yep.
that she thought was her friend, her fan club lady, and she got you know.
Yeah. So condolences. If it wasn't for her brother, it could have been a lot uglier. But her brother tackled the guy, and basically he ended up shooting himself.
Mhm.
So
Also, we would like to send our condolences out to the Orlando families that were in the shooting over the weekend, and we want you to know that our prayers are with you, and may God be with you, and that you get through this. We know it's going to be a rough uh, time in your life, but we just want to say our wishes and prayers go out to you.
so that's our due diligence there.
Yes, sir.
Now on to the sports topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the show is really about. Sorry, guys. If you want that other stuff, there's other media
Yeah.
outlets for that.
It's been a crazy sports week.
It has been a crazy sports week. Kevin Love has ended up off the bench, and then I don't know. Did they put him back in the starting line? I
No,
missed.
they didn't.
I
They
missed.
didn't put him back in the starting lineup.
I do know LeBron did diss him by not giving him a 5 at some point last
Yeah,
night.
because why would you give him a 5? It's like he is like he's just I don't know what you would. He's just like a shadow. It's like he doesn't. It's like he's what 6'11", so somewhere
I
around there.
think 6'11" or
You
7 foot.
you could be down in the middle. You always want to go to the 3-point shot. Get out of there. It's ridiculous. You're when you got LeBron at the top of the key. You got somebody on LeBron. You you could cut to the basket. Boom, there you go, layup. I watched you, and it was just ridiculous. I mean, if you know what, if you don't want to play, if you want to be on a lesser team, if you don't want a ring, you should have stayed in Minnesota. If you don't have the heart, because Kyrie and LeBron and the ones that do give their all, from what I'm watching, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Reed, Shumpert, uh, what's the guy coming off the bench? Shoot, it'll come to me. But these guys are coming off the bench. Matter of fact, the guy that took your place coming off the bench has done way better. And I like this lineup. I like the lineup of LeBron, Kyrie, J.R. Reed, uh, maybe Lamar Shumpert, um, Dellavedova as a backup.
Oh yeah,
Though
Dellavedova. Woo, that boy's a beast.
he's a beast, and you know he's going to control the ball. He's not going to do anything stupid.
Right.
But Kevin Love, yeah, what 2 points
2 points.
in 2 points? What are you afraid of?
He
If you
didn't even have that good of a game defensively, and honestly,
no
I think in some way
Tyree,
yeah, I'll
Tyree
Tyree uh,
trivia.
basically has him basically has him in the game. For that purpose is rebounding the ball and blocking, not necessarily his scoring ability anymore, because what scoring ability does he have?
Yeah, he hasn't showed. It's like I'm gonna run to the corner of 3, give me the ball. No, there's more to basketball than shooting a three. You're not a splash brother. You're not that consistent. You need to use the body the guy gave you, and when it's and say, I would go to LeBron and say, listen, what do you need me to do so we can get the land of ring? Plain and simple. That's all you got. And I'm quite sure listen, I need you to rebound. I need you to be hardcore. I need you to be ruthless. I need you to be cutthroat. I mean, and that's, you look at, I mean, that's the world. If you don't go out there and take it, the world ain't going to give you nothing. And apparently, Kevin Love, you don't want nothing. You don't want that bling on your finger. I'll be more than happy to have some bling on my finger. But listen, y'all can give me a 2-day. To give me a 2-day contract. Give me a contract. We had to get a new uniform because we can't have it tight showing all my rolls and stuff. I don't know what the world. I think I'm sexy. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I think I'm sexy for myself. But listen, you got two more games to correct. You got 2 more games, Kevin Love. 2 more.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
That's if Golden State shows.
Because Draymond's coming back. He's coming back, and he's going to be ready. You're going to Cleveland. This would be your time to shine. If you ain't got big kahunas, then you need to sit on the bench.
Yep.
Straight up, you need to sit on the bench. Like Coach Lou, it ain't for me. I read an article over the weekend that he said the transition for him coming from Minnesota to here has not been what he thought it was. He said there's a close-knit group of guys, but he said he just don't feel like he. Then you know what? Then say, Coach, you know what? I believe it's best because if you're not feeling it, it's kind of like calling in to work sick. It's like how you wake up in the morning like, man, you know what? I just ain't feeling it today. Well, hell, you ain't been feeling it for the whole damn playoffs.
Exactly.
Okay, you ain't been feeling it for the whole playoffs. So, us everyday people, we are, listen, me and JK, you get 20 million, we split that 10 apiece.
Yeah, exactly.
We got Coach Lou.
Yeah.
He
put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play
today. Yeah, see? So hopefully, but like I've said from the get-go, Cleveland's gonna win it all. I got this feeling that Cleveland's gonna win it all. And when they do, is LeBron gonna stay in Cleveland? Or is he gonna be like, okay, I won one from the land? Or they go bring me, because for him and Kyrie to both score 41 points.
I know. I think that was an NBA first.
Yes, that's an NBA first. Yes, 41 points.
That's 82 of their 114
points. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And then you had Golden State. We can't leave those guys out.
No,
they just didn't show up.
They just didn't show up. I mean, they had a run in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
They were straight. They had a run.
It was tied at the half.
Yeah, they had a tie. It was tied, and then it was like, man, Cleveland really they're not no punk. And game 3. When did I tell you? I said, listen, if Cleveland plays game 3 the rest of the time like they play game 3, they can win this. Because outside of Draymond, Golden State does not like physical play. They don't want to work. Imagine me if coming off of a pick, and you got to look at me at 370 pounds coming off a pick consecutive times over and over and over. Or imagine a guy 250, 260 coming at you all the time off picks, wherever one of the Splash Brothers are. Players they're playing that tenacious defense that I have said from the beginning of this NBA season. that Golden State can be beat, but you cannot be a punk about playing defense on them. You have to be in their face. You have to be on them. You just can't let them run free and be all willy-nilly and do whatever they want. And as you can see with Golden State and with Cleveland and the mindset that they have for last night's game and Game 3, that's what it's going to take to win.
Right.
You're going to have to do it a whole game, though.
Oh, yeah.
But also these guys for Cleveland are going to need some guys for Cleveland going to need to come off the bench. So,
yeah, definitely.
You know.
You can't have a Game 4 performance.
No.
You basically you know I'll get into this later in the show about comparing past NBA players to present, and I think you and I went over this a little bit last week. But you look at Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. Without Draymond Green, they look lost.
Mm-hmm.
They look lost.
And they talk all that smack in the press conference, talking about, oh, we're not worried about Draymond. We're going to be fine without Draymond. No, you're not.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know you suck without Draymond.
Speaking of Curry, while we're at this, there's two big stories that came out earlier today. One was that, I don't know if you saw this or not, I think it came out within the last 2 hours or so,
Okay.
that Stephen Curry's wife is blaming the officiating for the Game 5 loss.
No. Your husband got balled on. Your husband, lady, they figured your husband out.
Exactly.
They figured him out. They know what his game is. And I don't even coach. And I knew, listen, if you run somebody on picks, if you stay on them all the time and make him play defense.
Yep.
You make Steph Curry play defense, it wears him down. He shot threes last night. They either hit the front of the rim or they didn't even hit anything. Make Steph Curry play defense. So, Miss Curry, listen, your husband may be able to shoot threes, but we figured your husband out. I got Tyronn Lue on the hotline. He said, big dude, what can I do? Listen, Coach Lue, yeah, play defense. Make him play defense. Running and running and running. That's all you got. And that seems to be the plan is, But his wife gonna say that the officiating, no. Lady, what game were you watching?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even have listen, and I was at my other job last night. Shout out to Mercy Hospital staff at the Mercy Rehab. They were like, you better say something about us on. I was like, oh, they did, yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna make this quick. Okay, shout out to Mercy Rehab, Oklahoma City, Memorial MacArthur. Shout out to KCK, 417 area code 405. All my family. Yeah, then we're done. All right, back to the show.
And now for the segment with Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill. So, but you can't. But there was no fish. I mean, you can't blame the fish. They played hard. They played the game, and luckily the coaching staff for Cleveland has figured it out.
Oh yeah.
And so hopefully they can these next two games, man.
Hopefully so, because the odds are against them.
I know.
Teams are 0-52.
0-52? Really?
I think it's 0-52, and coming back from 3-1s in NBA Finals, and then no team has ever forced a Game 7 or 32 of those 52 teams. Only 32 of those 52 teams have forced a Game 7. So
man, so the odds are.
The odds are against them, but I got somewhat into it a little bit with a friend of an acquaintance, a friend. I don't know what I call him, but he's a sports fan. He called me a fanboy, but hey, I am what I am. Um,
At least he's not a bandwagon fan. Though. He's a Texas Rangers fan. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. We are ride or die. I don't even.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So, but I you know what? I want Cleveland to win it all.
Oh yeah, but
And
he keeps bringing this up that no team has ever come back from 3-1, and he brought this up once, and I said, somebody told the Boston Red Sox that a few years ago in the World Series, and guess
yeah.
what happened?
Yep.
Did they not come back? They were the only team to come back from a 3-1 deficit in the World Series.
Against the Yankees.
Yep. First team to ever do it.
Who has the most World Series championships in history?
New York Yankees.
28. Wow.
Dang Yankees.
Well, maybe you know what? It might be more than 28 though by now. I think it's right in the 30. But they have more. The Yankees have more World Series rings than any organization in Major League Baseball.
Yep.
Wow.
They're full of cheaters. No, I'm kidding.
hey, I'm using my needle right now.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I know. I've got a trip planned. No, exactly. I've got a trip planned for New York in a few months. So I better keep my mouth shut.
Man, you got buff all of a sudden. What the? Are you A-Rod? Are you some kind of
A-fraud? That's what they call him in Texas, A-fraud. A-dud. Sorry, I mean, it's the truth.
Shoot.
You pay him 10 years, $252 million, and what does he give you? Raisins.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yes.
And then he wants to blame Michael Young for shooting him on the butt cheeks. That's the kind words. I could use something else in the butt cheeks.
Yeah.
With steroids. Oh, it was Michael Young. He was pumping me full of steroids. Michael Young said, I know nothing about this, and basically gave A-Rod the bird.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this speed. Well, now that we're off the deep end. Okay, back around full circle, back to the NBA. Okay, I don't know if you heard about this, but this came out also today that a former NBA referee basically said that the Warriors' Draymond Green was suspended to prolong the NBA Finals.
What?
This guy apparently this referee has been known to spout off junk like this.
Did he not say his name? Did he say I'm not gonna? Who is
Tim
Donaghy?
Donaghy.
Oh, the one that was the scandal guy that was betting on.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's him.
Tim Donaghy.
Yes, I think his brother is actually a referee.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So for you guys that don't know, there was a NBA ref. 90s, I'm gonna say around the 90s or so. There's an NBA ref that got found out for him being on the take and betting on NBA games. So, and there are a lot of games that he betted on that he was officiating in, and so he ended up being banned from the league. But yes, Google Tim Donaghy, or just Google NBA official. Suspended for betting, and so, but yes, why would he? You know what? Just because you messed up,
Yes.
and it's because you messed up and got kicked out of the league because you got greedy.
I mean, in some ways, there might be a conspiracy.
I was just about to say.
What you don't know ain't gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
It's better to ask for forgiveness. Beg for forgiveness. Yeah, something like that.
Forgive me, Father, for him. Yes. So, but if you're a conspiracy theorist, you can. When I first saw it, I was like, well, maybe possible, but then he already had the possible one more flagrant. And he was done anyway.
Right.
So it was already out there in the air for him to, you know, for it to happen to him. So, but I mean, but you know what? ABC, you know, they didn't cut away and go over to the baseball stadium to see where Draymond, because he was over in the A's watching the game.
I heard about
Yeah,
that.
he didn't. They ABC, they never cut over and said, let's go see what Draymond's doing, and then go back to the game. Let's go see what Draymond's doing. And they just stay. They just
He's
stay.
probably eating a
He
hot
was.
dog.
They said he was watching the game with what's the running back from Seattle? Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, Marshawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Eating a hot dog.
hanging
Hanging out in the back.
hanging out in the bathroom. And I got some crazy news for you. Okay, we got a guy coming out of Cal, a one and done. Which anybody that knows me, I don't like one and dones. I think some people say, well, you go to college to make money. I said, yeah, but when you're 18 or 19 years old and somebody gives you millions of dollars, if you don't have the right people in your corner, they're setting you up to fail, plain and simple. Anyway, so this Jaylen Brown out of Cal, and I watched some film on him. Straight garbage. His weaknesses are perimeter shooting. He can't create his own defense. He has no feel for the game and no consistency. Guess who gave him a contract?
Somebody gave him a contract.
And he ain't even signed with no team or nothing. He's got a contract already. One of the big three. Adidas.
Oh, did
Adidas, $1 million per year. Yeah.
What?
For 5 years.
Somebody doesn't have skills and got $1 million.
Man, I watched I pulled him up on YouTube.
Seriously?
I pulled him up on YouTube, and
maybe you and I just need to go to Adidas and kind of show them our show and be like, hey, we need $1 million.
We need $1 million.
Yeah, we need $1 million sponsorship.
I wear a size 16, 4E. I'm about to give a shout out to New Balance because that's all I wear. But if Adidas should happen to want to throw in some gear, if you could give me, what do you wear? 11, 16, I 4E, we'd be more than happy to endorse.
Exactly.
I'd be standing on the corner at Walmart.
Hey, look at us.
Walmart. Look at my Adidas. What do you do for a living? I talk.
I'm a foot model.
But yes, he got a $1 million. Jaylen, you guys Google him. Is the 26? He's supposed to be his 2016 lottery pick. And man, I'm watching him, and I'm like, what? And everything they say, they showed his weaknesses. I mean, I don't see how you're gonna come out and be a lottery. I mean, and then you sign a shoe deal with Adidas for $1 million per. And are they not watching the same games that I'm watching? Because Cal didn't even make it that far in the big dance. So you basically you're not too much of nothing. And then they said, that's NBA. So, but yeah, I'm like, how can you, one and done and $1 million, and you haven't shown anything. You straight garbage coming out of Cal. So yeah, I don't know. That's just ridiculous stuff.
That's some serious stuff,
yep.
Man.
And
Adidas, here we come.
Here we come. And Golden State set a record the last game with a 17 3-pointers in one game.
Game 4. That was pretty ugly.
That was pretty.
That was the ugliest game.
That was one of the ugliest games.
But see, that just goes to prove. I'm gonna get on my soapbox again.
Okay.
That just goes to prove that Golden State is nothing more than 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and get into this while we're at it because since we're here, it's our show. I can do what I want. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to.
You don't like it? We don't care.
But you look at the numbers. You look at all-time 3-point percentage shooters, and I put this on the All About Sports Zone blog. These are the numbers. Stephen Curry is only second to guess who? Guess who?
Who's his coach?
Who's his coach? Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
He's only second in three-point percentage field goals to Steve Kerr. And then you've got Clayton, not Clayton. Clayton Kershaw. Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson's 12th. 12th. So to my boy out there, Daniel Agnew, who's who likes throwing up all these memes, and I kind of called him out a little bit on that. He had a meme of after Game 4 of Michael Jordan's face on LeBron James and him crying, looking over Draymond Green with a smirk.
Really?
Yes, and personally, this. Okay, I'm here. I'm on my soapbox. I might as well just go.
We might have a longer show tonight, so
it's possible.
If it don't stop at 8 o'clock, then
just feel free to join us.
Feel free to join us. Also, you can leave your comments, questions.
Questions. If you're viewing on Facebook Live, just shoot them out.
Shoot them out. You can also go to once we load up the show. You got comments, questions that you want to ask us. Let us know.
Yeah.
We'd be more than happy to. And we want to also thank you guys for the ones that are following us and that have viewed us since last week. Thank you. I'm glad I came on. Glad he hired me to come on. And we're gonna.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna rock it.
Oh yeah.
So we just want to say thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to the show.
In the words of Elvis Presley, I can't even talk tonight. 11 benevolent elephants stood up on a balcony, mimicking him, hiccuping, and amicably welcoming him in. Okay, that's a shout out to American Broadcasting School.
Hold on.
Gotta get it on screen there.
American Broadcasting School. We are. Also, you guys know Gary with the T. He's a graduate. He's on the Ricky Smiley morning show. So we're just going to give a shout out to the American Broadcasting School. If you want to go, Oklahoma City, Arlington. If you want to buy, I know we're broad. This is our show. So if you want, listen, if you don't want to go through all this stuff, you got to go to a 4-year school, and you want to learn what you need to learn to be at a radio station, be on the air, whether it be an engineer, be it a voice or whatever. American Broadcast School, all day, every day. All right, there you go.
Oh yeah, 4-year university. See, you're a 4-year university. You're stuck with the math. You're stuck with the science that they're gonna throw in your face and tell you you're required to have that.
Yeah.
Guess what? In the radio world, you don't need math.
You don't need math and science. That's why they pay.
All you have to do is know how to work a computer.
That's right. And
push buttons.
And engineers take care of all that stuff. And like I said, if you want to be an engineer, the American Broadcasting School can teach you how to, with a critical AM station, 5 towers. There you go. Or you want to, whatever, in broadcasting. If you want to learn how to speak better, speak more articulate, use your voice, come from here, not from here. So anyway, listen, I tell you what, we like to have fun. We still like to talk about sports too.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to my hometown, Kansas City, Kansas, as we call it the Dot. But we like to have fun. We still gonna talk about sports. So if you're watching us and you're like, man, I wish they get back to listen, we are no different than what you listen to when you listen to a morning show, an evening show, or afternoon show. They talk about goofy stuff. They have their good time, but they still talk about their sports. So just that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's
the way we roll.
That's the way we roll. I like to have a good time. I like to laugh and joke. We gonna still integrate the sports. If we run over tonight, we just run over. It happens. So just know that's how the show is gonna be. If you want to have a good time and laugh, but still talk about sports, and let JK and the big dude take the stresses away from your day, this is the place you need to be right here.
Definitely.
This is the place you need to be.
No other place but
no other. 7 o'clock on Tuesdays. And I say this, I don't know about you, but if y'all start liking us more and we get more followers, we'll add another. We'll add another day.
You and I remember I did.
Yeah.
We definitely had a Saturday afternoon or something.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
And you know, I was.
But so
now we're starting this.
But so if you guys like us, you enjoy watching us, if you enjoy having fun and laughing, listen. My philosophy about life is I like to enjoy it every day, have a good time. I can't be stressing about everything. So I like to laugh and joke. I'm a 45-year-old big kid. That's it. So thanks for watching us. But if you want to be serious all the time and all uptight and all stressful, the Jimmy K Show with JK and Big Do, we ain't for you because we're going to giggle and laugh. Yeah. I mean, we're still going to talk about our sports stuff. Yeah. We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
But
if you're too intense and can't handle us, then there's people on ESPN that are somewhat and see the thing is, and I tell you this each and every week, you know, the difference between ESPN and us is the fact
we don't get paid to. Skrilla!
Yeah. Yeah, we don't get paid.
We don't get paid.
2, those guys have to be politically correct.
No, we're not gonna hurt people's feelings. Don't
we're not gonna hurt people's feelings.
We ain't gonna be all. We're not gonna be inconsiderate. But if you're a sports athlete, listen. I didn't go to college and play sports, but I have enough common sense to know that an NBA player, NFL player, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. And Kevin Love,
don't have it.
You ain't got it. You got some guys at OKC Thunder that are you basically robbing Sam Mays and all those guys because you're sitting on the bench and you ain't contributing nothing. You could have been playing Cleveland, but you put it in the hands of Westbrook and Durant.
Yep.
And Steven Adams. You guys on the bench, man, grow some balls and do something. You got I mean, this city is hungry for a championship.
Oh yeah.
Man, can you imagine what it would have been like?
You know how close we were to having it the last
time?
We were as close as the Texas Rangers were to that one out.
I don't even listen. I don't drink alcohol. I would have partied just for the sake of listen. It would have been for me. It would have been Kool-Aid and Doritos and Krispy Kreme. I would have. They would have seen me on the crowd. Like, what happened to you? Man, I got high on some Krispy Kreme and some Doritos and some Kool-Aid, and I'm just, I need to go. I don't even know what to say. But you need help? No, I don't need help. Just let me go to sleep for a couple hours. Yeah. So if you come to this show to not have fun, then this ain't the place for you. Because like I said, when I'm not at work, at Mercy, or my other job, even there, I like to struggle and have a good time. That's just my personality. If I have to be serious, I'm serious. That's no biggie. But when we're here, we like to have a good time and make you guys laugh. And like I said, we're gonna be together for a long time.
Oh yeah.
We got plans. We got plans. So and we're gonna make it happen. But like I said, for you guys that started viewing us, my friends, thank you very much. And that's all I got to say. Back to the show.
Oh, no. So, as we were discussing before we got derailed a little bit. I was starting to sound like my preacher now. Oh, sorry. Okay. That's going to come back to haunt me, believe me. That is going to come back to haunt me.
He didn't mean it.
I'll be back in the elder's office. Sweating it out. I know. I know it's gonna happen.
I watched that last show, boy.
Oh,
I like them biscuits and taters.
oh, oh man.
You are not talking to your mama like that, boy.
Foosballs from the devil, you hear?
Oh my goodness.
I could say something else, but I know people that I know are watching this, and some have children, so I can't get too much into the Vicky Valancourt from Waterboy.
Oh,
I like Vicky Valancourt. I touched Vicky Valancourt, you know, and then like,
Bobby Boucher. He is the devil, boy. Mama say, Mama is wrong. No, you are. Oh my goodness.
And now back to the segment.
Back to the segment. Sorry.
Oh.
All right.
This train was completely derailed and crashed over and
over again. All right. Where you going?
Okay, we're going back over here. The meme that my friend posted. You know, with Michael Jordan's face and playing it on LeBron James, you know, face crying, and then Draymond Green, you know, smirking.
Yeah.
You know, here's the problem that I have with that. This is the problem. I'm going to get on my soapbox. It's not much of a soapbox, but this is somewhat of a soapbox. One, you do a disservice to those players, and you make a knothead out of yourself. I wanted to say something else, however, I'll refrain from name calling. Okay, I've seen, you know, the common memes of LeBron James and Michael Jordan's face photoshopped and them crying and all that other good stuff. First off, LeBron has, as I've always said, he's the closest thing to Michael Jordan. I'll say that up front. Kobe Bryant was a ball hog. You know, Kobe Bryant was a one-man show. LeBron James can take the team on his shoulders and do like Michael Jordan did, take the team on his shoulders, but he also can lead the team in passing the ball and doing everything that needs to be done.
True.
So he is the closest thing to Jordan in that aspect, playing in this era. However, we can't compare Jordan to James because that's really not fair, because the style of play back during Jordan's day versus the style of play that LeBron James is playing in now are totally different.
That's where, we talked about that
last week.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the numbers for Michael Jordan. I posted the numbers for Michael Jordan and LeBron James. 41,011 minutes. 12,192 field goals made to 24,537 field goals attempted. He had 1,668 offensive rebounds, 5,004 defensive rebounds, and 32,292 points, whereas LeBron James had.
We talking about this LeBron James facts. Yeah. Okay, want to make sure. Okay, man.
Yeah, LeBron James is trailing him at 38,478 minutes to 9,687 field goals made to 19,458 field goals attempted. Rebounds, he had 1,192 offensive. Total, he has had 7,067. And he only trails Jordan, you know, by roughly 5,500 to 6,000 points at 26,833.
Yeah.
So you look at you know, Jordan's era of style of play and LeBron's style of play. They're totally different.
Yeah, it was, you know.
And we discussed this last week.
It seemed like the 70s, 80s, 90s is a much more aggressive slash and dash, whereas today You have guys, that are 3-point specialists or whatever. So that makes a big difference in the your points you're going to score, how many minutes you're going to play, how often you're injured. Whereas if we could look at how often were guys injured in the 70s, 80s, and 90s compared to today, because guys went to the hole more.
Right.
They went in the paint more in those areas. Whereas today, they don't really go in the paint that often, the guards and stuff. Um, um, Russell Westbrook is an exception to the rule, though. He goes to the paint quite a bit. He's not afraid to go inside. Um, Damian Lillard,
Hmm.
Tony Parker, Ginobili. Those are guys that are some of those guys that are those guys that are not afraid to go into the paint. But Westbrook doesn't get injured that often, though.
No.
But I bet you if we were to go back and look at the stats of how often were guys injured uh, from the 70s till now, starting and then from the 2000s on, what would the percentage be? What players would it be? Would it be guards? Would it be more forwards? Would it be more centers? You know,
Right.
yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, but I mean, I still think that LeBron is the best player in the NBA, hands down.
Oh yeah.
He can play every position on the court, 1 through 5, no problem at all. He can play with the 6'11" guys. As you see that last dunk, uh, game 3, where he was like he had passed the ball up to Kyrie, and then Kyrie threw it up, and I'm just sitting there watching like, oh no, I was like, you know what? No, he's not. No, he's not about to do what I think it should enough. He grabbed it and brung it back, and boom! I was like, man. So you know, he he will. I don't know if he'll get 6 rings. I know he will break the records and records are meant to be broken.
Oh yeah. Oh
I,
yeah.
I don't know if he'll get 6 rings unless Cleveland is going to put some pieces around him.
Right.
Kobe, you got 5, but you still. I mean, I think, and if Michael hadn't left to go play baseball, but I think Michael left He left basketball because his dad had just got murdered,
Right.
and he said, you know what, I just need to do this. So I think if if he had stayed in the NBA, 7, 8 rings,
Oh yeah.
easily,
Oh, easily.
easily 7 or 8 rings. Yeah. So that's how. But uh, is that Bill Russell? Bill Russell. Bill Russell
Hmm.
has more rings. Bill Russell and the previous coach for the Bulls,
Phil Jackson.
Bill Jackson, and Bill Russell have the most NBA rings. Phil has 6 with um, Chicago. He has 5 with the Lakers. Bill Russell was a player coach in Boston, but he also had. I think Bill Russell's got one for every finger plus 2. Yeah.
Wow.
So I think he's got. Let me see, 11. I think Bill Russell has 11. So yes. But play changes from era to era to era.
Right.
Whereas in Bill Russell's time, it was a, I want it was a more stagnant kind of play. They still shot the 3, but the 3 back then it was still a 2. It
Right.
was still a 2-point shot, and they didn't do a whole lot. I mean, they it was more of it was more kind of a set play kind of style in the Bill Russell era, and and those guys were there. Whereas today, and in the Jordan era, it was a lot of movement, and so yeah. But I still think LeBron is hands down the best player in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
And I think that he, as we saw last night, he can. He may not want to put the team on his back, but he tries to get other people involved.
Oh yeah.
He's not like a Kobe where it's like, you know what,
I'm doing this all by
I'm gonna
myself.
do this. I got this. You can just do whatever you're gonna do. But I got this right here. Whereas LeBron looks to pass to other guys, and so, we'll see what happens.
And see, that's the difference between LeBron James, in my opinion, and Kobe Bryant. LeBron James is unselfish with the basketball. He's selfish when he needs to be. However, he's unselfish the majority of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant just seemed like he just got selfish. And honestly, with the whole Shaquille O'Neal thing, and Shaquille O'Neal don't like him, and he don't like Shaquille, and blah blah blah. After the whole, they won that ring together, and then Kobe called Shaq out and basically, said he was the reason that they won that ring. Kobe was, that is, and not Shaq.
Really?
Oh yeah. Then there's always been tension between the two, but
Man, I didn't. You know what? And you can't. But Shaq was a major player in those championships.
he was.
Shaq was. I mean, the era of the big men. He came in. I mean, coming out of LSU, and then he played for Orlando, and I think if Orlando had paid him what he wanted back then, he would have finished his career.
Oh yeah.
It was Orlando.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't pay him. They were a new organization. They didn't know how to go about trying. They basically, and there's a documentary on Netflix about Kobe and Penny Hardaway on Netflix, and basically he called their bluff. They didn't want to pay him, and he said, "I'm done." And he went on to L.A. and to bigger and better things in the championships. And what he went 4 in L.A. because he left, and he won 4 in L.A. and then Miami Heat.
Yep.
And then he played played in Cleveland. Did he play in Phoenix? No. I don't know if he played in Phoenix or not.
I'm not for sure if that's him or Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley played in Phoenix, but I thought Shaq played in Phoenix too. I know he played. I think he played Cleveland.
I do not.
Cleveland. You see, Orlando, Lakers, Cleveland, Miami. I think Miami might have been the last stop. Might have been the last. I don't know. Might have been the last stop. So, yeah. So, and got anything else?
How about since we're at it, the NBA draft?
Ooh. Man.
That's coming up here pretty soon.
And our source is the NBA draft.net.
Yes.
If you want to go up and look up your from whatever college or European players that may be coming over to play in the so you guys can go to the NBA draft.net and look up NBA draft players. So what do we got any Big 12 players? I know we got some.
Buddy Hield.
Where's Buddy Hield?
Buddy Hield. This is only a mock draft, so these guys can go up and down depending on.
Don't worry, OU people. It's gonna be okay.
Actually, he will do. He's already, according to sources, Buddy Hield already
top 3
impressed the Boston Celtics. Yes, because the mock draft has him going 3rd to the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics. As my computer tries to load.
What about Perry Ellis from KU? Yeah.
Perry Ellis.
I know San Antonio had he worked out for San Antonio and some other NBA teams. But I think San Antonio really liked him. Man, he's what? Are you, come on, America.
This is
Are you not go? Okay, NBA people.
I'm sorry, but I don't see him.
You guys better show Perry Ellis some love, okay? This is ridiculous.
There is a freshman from Kansas, a power forward center.
Oh, him?
Ch-
Ch-
Chalik
yeah.
Diallo,
And
that's going 18th to Detroit.
He barely even played. It's stuff like that you barely even play. You're gonna go 18th to Detroit. You know, I can't believe they don't have Perry.
Of course, I think this is only the first round, possibly.
Perry Ellis should be in the first. Okay, listen here.
Maybe the first or second round. But
listen, you NBA people, don't be hating on the Jayhawks. Okay,
let me see if I.
You got a quality player in Perry Ellis. He stayed in school 4 years. You saw his game develop over 4 years. And he was a beast inside. He developed a little outside game. Now you wanna bamboozle him?
Bamboozle, what a word. I love that.
You want to bamboozle my man because he stayed 4 years? You got to be congratulating him for staying 4 years because you know you have a mature young man that's got his head on his shoulders, and he won't get in any trouble because he didn't get in any trouble in 4 years in Lawrence, Kansas. Okay, so that's college. I mean, yeah. So, man, I can't believe that. What about Wayne Simeon?
Man, no, I saw that name earlier today.
Also, just so you guys know, when I like my NBA stuff, I use Hoops. It was Hoops Source last week when I used them for some of my NBA drafts stuff that I used last week. So if you want to go on or you can just come on here and listen to us and we'll tell you, but I used Hoop Source to find out about my NBA drafts. That way you can go out, you can go find out about NBA draft people, and then you go send us questions and we could converse back and forth and talk about it on the show. If you got any questions about, what your draft, your guys from your draft stock from maybe whatever college you think or whatever your team is needing. Like me, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. We need everything. Okay. We need a dominant big man. I mean,
shooting guard, 6'6" out of
Kansas,
Syracuse, a freshman.
What?
Malachi Richardson. Chicago's got him going 14th.
Ooh, okay. Because Derrick Rose, he's gotten hurt so much, and I just don't know how much longer his legs are going to hold up. I don't know. But I think we only had what about Traylor? Oh, out of Kansas, Traylor. What's his name? Is that name Traylor?
The only other Kansas one I see on there, and I saw him going 56 to Denver, would be Wayne Selden, a shooting guard, which is a junior, 6'5".
Okay, I'm thinking Wayne. You know what I'm thinking? Well, I don't know. You know why I said Wayne Simeon? Because he played on some other Kansas teams. Yeah, Wayne Selden. I don't know if you guys remember during one of the basketball games, his uncle happened to be in the stands. His uncle, his nephew did this crazy dunk, and his uncle just lost his mind. So go online, go on to YouTube, and then come watch us on YouTube. But go on to YouTube and look up Wayne Selden's uncle and dunk. So he did this crazy dunk, like a posterizing dunk, and his uncle just went crazy in the stands, just losing his mind. He just oh my God, just crazy. And then the next game they played, his uncle had a big clock with Wayne inside of it. And I don't know what the clock was supposed to represent. I don't know. Maybe him and Flavor Flav got something, Yeah, boy. I don't know. So maybe him and Flavor Flav got something go. But yeah, Wayne Selden, shooting guard. coming out of Kansas. But his uncle he got this crazy dunk, and his uncle just like went crazy in the stands and lost his mind. And the people in the crowd control people were like, oh, calm down, calm down. Well, just a basketball game. Chill out,
Yeah, with Buddy Hield going third, I could almost legitimately see him actually going second at some point.
Who's he going to third?
The Boston Celtics,
Ooh.
according to this mock draft.
Another you got.
However, the Lakers are at number 2. I could see them,
And
the Lakers are great about, picking up these talented young kids. They picked up a OSU player 2 years ago, I think.
Mhm.
Trying to remember the kid's name. Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart.
No. Marcus Smart, he's in Boston.
Not Marcus. Which one?
He's in Boston.
Okay.
But you know who's mentoring, buddy?
Kevin Durant.
Nope.
LeBron James.
Nope. We were just talking about it. Kobe.
Kobe
Kobe
Oh
is
my
his
goodness.
mentor.
So hey, then the Lakers.
The Lakers could be
Yeah,
good.
they could be courting him.
They could be
Come
courting,
on.
yeah.
I'm retiring. We need somebody.
We need somebody.
We need somebody talented.
Yeah.
We already got an Oklahoma player that's
Yeah.
untalented because he came from OSU. Oh, did I say that? Sorry.
Sorry, OU fans. They're like, what the hell did you just say? What?
Sorry, OSU fans. That was on me.
That's
But being a Sooners fan, my pride going to OU. Sorry. No disrespect, but your guys suck. Sorry. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. As we watch our subscribers on YouTube just go
They're
down.
like, what did you just say?
Oh,
KU fans, I need your help, please.
please help us.
You see that right there? There you go, KU fans. There you go.
But seriously, I could see him going number 2. He would definitely be a starter in the Lakers organization.
I tell you guys,
I couldn't see him going 1 because everyone seems to
LSU.
have
Yeah, they got from LSU.
Ben Simmons
Ben
from
Simmons.
LSU going
Yeah.
number 1. That's
Mhm.
that's almost across the board on every draft.
Yeah.
So
But I still don't. From what I saw of Ben Simmons, it was like he was a man among boys, and it's like, what are you gonna be like when you get around real people that can play? It's different when you get around guys that are like, oh my god, that's Ben Simmons. Mama, look at that man. Look at that man, Mama. Oh God, I don't know if I gotta play against him today. Baby, it's gonna be okay. Don't worry. It's gonna be okay, baby. It's just Ben Simmons. No, Mama, that's that man right there. We heard about him. He do things at LSU. So, but we'll see what Ben Simmons is like once he gets to the league, and what he.
basketball's from the devil, you hear?
It's the devil, boy. Bobby Boucher. Come here so I can comb your hair.
No.
Man.
Yeah.
Mama said that's the medulla oblongata. Mama said it's from Rays of Sunshine. No. No.
I like that Vicky Valancourt. I touched her well. Yeah, I'm not even going there. I'm not going. Like I said, I've got young viewers.
Oh my goodness.
Please, I wonder if there's a way I can censor.
Oh.
Sorry, I
my
won't go there.
goodness.
I'm gonna end up in trouble.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I'll end up with Facebook messages.
Oh, like what you doing, boy? All right, we gonna switch it for a little bit. We gonna go to the National Hockey League.
Yes.
Not only last week did we lose, week before we lost Muhammad Ali, but that same week we lost Gordie Howe, one of the most prolific hockey players of all time. I'm a big Chicago Blackhawks fan, so I'm serious. I'm not gonna BS you.
Stars.
Yes. Did you just say the Stars?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I grew up in Dallas Fort Worth, so once they
Mm.
brought in the Stars, it was like, yeah. And Mike Modano, by hands down, next to Wayne Gretzky, has to be one of the best hockey players there was.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the best. Notice I didn't say the best,
The
but
best.
he's one of the best.
So we lost Gordie Howe. He passed away at 88. I'm gonna give you guys some of his stats real quick. He played 6 decades. He had 801 goals, 4 Stanley Cups. He was in the 1972 Hall of Fame class. He shot ambidextrously. You guys out there don't know what that means or don't know what that word means. I mean, he can shoot with either hand. So he could stick it here or he could go here. It didn't make him any difference. He'd go either way. He played in the United States Hockey League, the Omaha Knights, the National Hockey League. He played with the Detroit Red Wings and the Hartford Whalers. He played with the World Hockey Association in the Houston area, and then he played for the New England Whalers. He played for in the International Hockey League at the Detroit Vipers. He played for Detroit from 1946 to 1971. Then he played again from 1973 to 1980. He made the All-Star 23 times. He's ranked among top 10 in scoring, and he has a record for 21 consecutive years. And he has the most games played by any National Hockey League player. And he led in scoring from 1950, 1954, 1957, and 1963. They had a hat trick called the Gordie Howe hat trick. It was an assist, a goal, and a fight. It was called the Gordie Howe hat trick. So, like I said, I've heard about him. I've watched some of his stuff on YouTube, and I just want to give Gordie Howe a shout out. He's been one of the best hockey players of all time. Like he played some of his records, playing 6 decades.
Oh yeah.
That's never going to be broke.
Oh no.
4 Stanley Cups. The Penguins just won the other night. They had 4, but the decades of him playing that long, he played hockey so long. He was able to play hockey with his sons.
Wow.
That's how good he was. He kept himself in shape. He passed away at 88. And it says he's the only player to play in 4 different decades from the 1940s to the 1980s. Wow. So that's our giving a shout out to Gordie Howe, and our condolences to him, to his family. And thanks for your time that you were on the ice and everything. So shout out to Gordie Howe. Now to the Big 12
Oh.
and the fiasco that is Baylor University.
Yes, that fiasco.
I'm
Our pearls.
gonna say right now, I might get a little heated. If you guys out there have been watching the sports and know what's going on with all the things that are happening in Baylor, there were some football players that were had raped some women on campus and were told to hush hush, keep it quiet, don't say anything by football coaches, by the head coach, by law enforcement, and that is wrong. Just because you're a football player doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Just because you have money, I know what the world says, but you cannot do whatever you want. When a woman says no, no means no. That is it. Plain and simple. And vice versa. Women, and I know if a man says no, woman, maybe he just ain't in, Contrary to what you may believe, if a man says no, no is no. But you guys that play sports, you guys out there that have money, that think you can do whatever you want, and there not be a repercussion. Oh, there will be a repercussion. You may not see it now, but Baylor's going to hurt. They and the regents of Baylor were talking about bringing back Art Briles. That is total BS. If you did that, I will never watch another.
Oh no.
Man, I will never watch another Baylor. If you play KU, I'm not watching the game. I'm sorry. I'll turn it off. As much as I love my Jayhawks, but I will not sit there. And this is not the first time something has happened at Baylor. People out there, Google Baylor. There was a major murder situation that happened in the 90s at Baylor. So this is not the first time that Baylor's has been stained. But this situation here with you saying because you're an athlete, oh, don't tell anybody or keep it quiet or stuff like that. That's ridiculous. I have daughters. I have nieces. No way. And for the law enforcement in Baylor, for the law enforcement to hide, and me and JK were talking about before the show, Art Briles, I know you may not be watching the show, but you guys out there that are watching, okay? My scenario was, you know what? Art Briles, I'm out at the club. I've been drinking. Your daughter been drinking. But she says no. Whatever. I don't care. What if somebody did it to your family member? You have a wife. I'm quite sure you have nieces. And I know the Art Briles story. How you lost your parents in that car accident on that train track. Yeah. So what would your parents think of you, Art Briles, if you were associated with something like this? What would they say to you? I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I sure in the hell ain't gonna rape nobody, ain't gonna rob nobody. Nah. No. I don't get down like that.
Here's a question for you. And just while you were talking about it, I come up with it. Yeah, we've got the TV networks are eventually going to want to air these college games.
Mm-hmm.
And so much of a portion of that money goes to that university.
Correct.
So
30 million in Big 12.
Do you think that if Art Briles is back in, that these networks say, nope, we're pulling the plug? We'll show OU and OSU, we'll show OU, KU, we'll show everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But when Baylor's playing, we are pulling the plug, and you ain't seeing a dime of that money.
Yeah, there got to be some way that, you know what, there would have to be some way they can get around it, because not only are you going to bring in, as far as investigation wise, you're going to bring the Big 12's going to start to investigate.
Yep.
FBI is going to most definitely investigate. So, and you got people that have went to the school, and one of my favorite doctors, I'm not saying his name because I'm not going to do that. One of my favorite doctors that I work with went to that school, and it makes me feel bad. It pisses me off that you stain a Christian institution because you want to win games, but but your players, because I'm a football player, I can go rape this girl and somebody will clean it up for me? No. What if you was a guy and somebody said, you know what, hey, I want you, and you were a guy, you're like, no. What if a guy raped you being a male? How would you feel? I'm as real, yeah.
Yep.
That's as real as it's gonna get. Yeah, you're a football player, but there's always somebody else. If they took you at gunpoint or whatever the case may be and say, hey, oh, this is what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? So the Baylor University, I'm not saying everybody there is down with this situation. I'm not saying that because I know they're not. Because my doctors that I work with, man, he's awesome. But there are people that go to this school that pay their money to go to this school that want to get a good education, that don't run on a basketball court, don't run on the track, don't play football or any other athletic. They go to that school because that's where they want to be.
Yep.
And you're going to stain it because you're going to cover up your football players raping some young women, and you try to hide it. And you got coaches that got daughters that know this. I just makes me angry. So Baylor University, don't bring Art Briles back. Take your whipping. You may have some losing seasons, but take your whipping like a man and don't bring him back, because if you bring him back, that's going to look, man, you already have athletes that are wanting to leave Baylor, and you should let them leave.
Yep.
They don't hold coaches and make them be somewhere they don't want to be. They can leave whenever the heck they want.
Yep.
So why are you going to make these young men that have nothing to do with this? They're coming in as freshmen, or they probably already there, that know nothing about this. The ones that have nothing to do with it, or the freshmen that are coming in, and you're going to try and make them stay? That's ridiculous. Let them leave and go where they want to go. Let them talk to whatever school they want to talk to. I hate that rule. That's the most asinine, stupidest rule that you could ever think about. That a coach can go wherever he wants. But a player, we're going to keep you from talking to this institution or this institution.
Yep.
That is not fair.
No.
So these young men at Baylor, the ones that have nothing to do with it, I'm sorry that you have to play on a team because you don't want to be there. But you have to play on a team that is stained with this reputation for hiding such, man, it's just crazy. And that's I'm done, because I could get really angry right now.
Breaking computers.
Yeah, I'm breaking the computer.
Sorry, please. This is our show.
Yeah,
Don't break the computer. It's our show.
But I'm just saying, Baylor University, do what's right. Don't let Art Briles come back. There are plenty of other coaches out there that you can win with. There are quality coaches out there that you can win with. There are assistants all over the country that want that opportunity, but you got to clean house. You got a completely clean house. So they've already gotten rid of Ken Starr, Art Briles, and the athletic director. They're gone. If anybody knows who Ken Starr is, look up Ken Starr and Bill Clinton, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. And the blue dress. And we'll leave it at that. So it's all kids. Big dude ain't gonna get dirty on you. I'm gonna just let you know. Big dude's gonna keep it PG. But Ken Starr, Monica Lewinsky, blue dress.
Yes.
Done. That's it. So that's all I gotta say about the whole Baylor situation as far as that one big. And that's not gonna be the whole
Big 12. It's not.
Big 12 part that we got going on.
What about while we're on the Big 12, the OU softball?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I don't have cable, so I was listening to the game. I'm sitting there at my desk. I got the tablet going. I got the earphones going on the cell phone. I'm listening. So I'm like, I'm like I tell you guys, I'm a sports fan. Number one, they're from the Big 12. So I'm sitting there listening to this game, JK. I'm like, this is bored. I'm like, did I take my blood pressure meds? I'm like, you know what? No, I don't take my blood pressure meds at 3 o'clock in the morning. So you know what? But I'm sitting listening to the game. I'm like, come on, OU. You can come on. And I'm just sitting there listening to the game, and I'm like, so matter of fact, I think I was texting you.
Yeah.
I was texting him during the game, like, man, this is intense right here. And what's the pitcher the starting pitcher from OU, last name is Page. She's from the Kansas City area. She played at Truman High School, I think. And so I'm sitting here listening to this game, like, come on, OU, you got this, you can do this. And I'm just listening to Auburn and like, man, they kept putting people on bases and getting bases loaded, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is just too much. This is too much. And my heart just goes boom, 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 boom. And I can just feel it just beating up. It's like, oh. I was like, but congratulations to the OU women's softball team. 2000, 2013, 2016. National champions. Big 12. We beat the Southeast Conference. It's something about beating the Southeast Conference. Just makes you just be like, yes, we beat the Southeast.
Yeah, that's all you hear,
I know.
especially during football
Especially
season.
during football season.
The SEC is the
SEC is
best.
best.
And then,
Oh,
then you hear about teams like, well, OU may leave to go to the SEC,
See.
and then Bob Stoops is like, it's not going to happen. And then you hear a week later, well, it's possible it might happen because, you know, the Big 12, you know, is doing this, and they won't get rid of the Longhorn Network.
Yes.
Actually, they are getting rid of the Longhorn Network because.
Are you kidding me?
If I'm not, I could be mistaken, but I think they are getting rid of it because of they're adding a playoff game, or not a playoff game, but a Big 12 championship game,
which will start in 2017.
2017. Yep.
Yes.
But I think part of the agreement was that the Longhorn Network disappeared and that became the Big 12 network. I believe that was the agreement.
So what do you think about? I just lost my train of thought.
Makes two of us.
Oh my goodness! I just lost my train of thought. What teams do you think the Big 12 should try to bring in to the conference?
To the conference.
Okay, you tell me what you think. I'm gonna give you mine.
People are probably gonna think I'm nuts because they've only had one or two good seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I think the University of Houston would be a good fit for the Big 12.
That's my number. Okay, we number one on that one. Okay.
And shoot, have to pick one other one, and you know, some people have said Arizona State, but I don't know. Maybe Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado State was once part of the Big 12.
No, they weren't.
They weren't. I could have sworn they were. Because Colorado. No, it was Colorado. That was part of the Big 12. That's right. Yes. Too many Colorado.
I know. And I'm gonna keep this short to the point. The situation that's happened in Baylor with the players, and I'm gonna say sexual allegations of rape happened in Colorado, and ever since that happened, Colorado has had nothing but losing seasons.
Yep.
Colorado had to pay out $6 million. $1 million. So Colorado had to pay out $6 million. $6 million. So Colorado had to pay out $6 million to the women in a class action suit because of rape and whatnot that happened on their campus, and they've had losing seasons ever since. So Baylor, take note. Oscar.
But
I told you guys last week. It's up here.
No.
It just.
It happens.
It just boom.
It's back.
It just so. Anyway.
It's like he's got a bunch of circus clowns.
And they just go.
But yeah, University of Houston is definitely one of my top choices for moving to the Big 12.
Okay. That was my number one, most definitely, because they're building a new stadium, I think.
I could see maybe Arizona or Arizona State. possibly one of those.
Mhm.
I've heard, you hear rumors that maybe Boise State, but Boise State is so far out of
I
the Big
know,
12.
man. It's
Yeah,
just-
it's kind of like they would be worse than West Virginia because
see, I'm just
they
about to say
they
that.
had West Virginia, and West Virginia plays all these Big 12 teams. Which when I think Big 12, I think South. I
Yeah.
think Nebraska. I think Texas. I think uh, even Texas A&M at the time, back when they were Big 12, all those Southern teams. If we wanted to add a losing team to the Big 12, I would say the University of Texas at San Antonio. Just to,
What's the possibility?
yeah, anything's possible in life.
I'm gonna give you mine. I'm gonna say Houston, Memphis,
Okay, yeah, I can see Memphis.
Rice,
Rice, I hadn't thought of Rice, but
um, BYU. The BYU not only has a good basketball program, but they have a good football program too.
right.
Yeah. So they would, and then so I think, yeah. So my top four, or top that they would, I would say they could come to the Big 12.
Right.
Houston, Memphis, BYU, who else was it?
Rice.
And Rice, because Rice has a pretty decent, football program. Um, and you're not gonna get. They were saying Connecticut. No, you know what? No, 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 no.
Yeah, I know.
Leave Connecticut. They're okay. Let's leave Connecticut alone. All they have is basketball.
Yeah.
We need, no, we don't want Connecticut because he's not even no. So those would be my top picks to come in. On the low side, I don't know. I mean, you could say Colorado State,
Right.
which would be the Rams. Man, who else would be? That may have to be some for our show next week. We may have to come up with some
Yeah, I know.
that will be on the low side of
Right.
teams,
Right.
the low side of teams that could come to the Big 12 and make a
City of Texas at Arlington.
possibly. What teams are here in the man? If Wichita State had a football team, they could leave the Missouri Valley Conference,
Right.
come to the Big 12. We could have that rivalry with KU.
You could always, on the now that you say low side, I could think of possibly Stephen F. Austin
Yeah,
or Sam Houston State.
State,
You
yes.
bring those two together
They
and
both-
you continue the rivalry between the two
yeah.
without actually taking them out of conference
Yeah.
and having to create two different conferences amongst the rivalry. But that would be my low end.
You think Mizzou should come back to
That's the
the?
thing.
I think Mizzou should have never left.
Yeah, I don't think they should have ever
They
left
should
because
have
they
never-
got better once they left.
Yeah,
It's kind of like Texas A&M, but if you look at A&M though, you know who their head coach is. It was an offensive coordinator under Bob Stoops.
well, Kevin
Sumlin,
Sumlin?
yeah.
Okay.
So he had one good offensive year with the Oklahoma Sooners, and I believe they went to a bowl game and lost, which that's been their MO here of late,
Mhm.
with the exception of last year. I think they won their bowl game last year.
Yeah.
But they got to a bowl game. He was a pretty good offensive coordinator there at OU, and then he left and interviewed for the Texas A&M job and got that. And since then, Texas A&M program
It's
has
gone up.
eventually gotten up,
Mhm.
with the exception of last year. I think last year,
It was
A&M
a
kind of down year.
I think it was that we don't have Johnny anymore.
Yeah.
So
Well, neither do the Browns.
man,
I don't think any football team has.
you know what? I pray for that kid. I mean,
so do I.
man,
no,
he's got talent.
He's got a lot of talent. Don't
But
And I've dogged the kid.
I gotta be honest.
I've dogged exactly. I've dogged the kid so long, but I said, when he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, that I hope the best for him,
Yeah.
but because of what I had seen at Texas A&M
Mhm.
and what he was doing, I just he had done it multiple times. I just didn't see him changing his ways, and he's continued to go off the deep end. Now with the charges brought up against his ex-girlfriend
Yeah.
for domestic violence in an incident that happened earlier this year. He- you know, I hope the best for him. And I said it when
Yeah.
he was originally drafted. I was hoping in 4 years, he'd turn the Browns around. But in my opinion,
Yeah.
I just didn't see that happening because I don't see any quarterback ever drafted by the Browns ever turning them
Do
around.
you know what? You know who I think would be a good mentor for him is Ricky Williams.
Oh yeah, Ricky
Uh,
Williams. If you want
I mean,
somebody that's
Ricky,
pretty humble,
yeah,
Ricky Williams, even Peyton Manning.
yeah,
Peyton Manning's not in the game, but he wants to stay in the game,
yeah,
so to speak.
yeah,
Let's go out and use Tony Dungy, your evangelical,
yeah,
uh, pedestal to
yeah.
kind of help
It's
him.
helping,
You know,
but you gotta want to, you have to want to have help too, though.
exactly. And
And it seemed like right, I don't know,
the
man.
the biggest thing about Johnny, and I've said this all along, and this is not dogging Johnny at all, because he was born to his family, and that's just the way it
That's
was.
what it is. Yeah.
His family is one of the richest oil tycoons in the state of
Oh,
Texas.
really? I thought that was a lawyer.
He's got a bunch of oil property. His dad's pretty big wig in the state of Texas, but I think he's got oil properties as well.
Oh, okay.
He may own a huge stock in an oil company, but I know he's pretty well in the oil tycoon type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but his dad is loaded, so Johnny basically got everything that he wanted growing up. It's typically what happens when you give a kid everything that they want growing up.
Sure.
It kind of bites you in the back end.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I've watched it happen several times.
Yeah. I mean, not every, and we're not saying
I'm not saying everyone,
everybody, but
but
but Johnny, man, get some help. Dude. You got talent. I don't want to. It's like as a person with a heart,
right.
you dread every day that you're gonna hear that comment that says, "We found Johnny Manziel
Yep.
dead, such and such," and that is that scares me. And I have nothing to do with him at all. I don't have nothing.
Right.
But as a person with a heart, that scares me because even if he didn't play football, he's a young man, and he has some value to his family. They love him.
Yep.
And so I dread that we're gonna someday ESPN or Fox or whoever's gonna say da 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 and break in with
Right.
that we have breaking news or CBS or whoever it may be that we found Johnny Manziel in a hotel room or
Right.
in a somewhere like that. It's just tragic that I don't want to hear that. And it could be avoided if he just
A Dr. Phil intervention.
I don't say Dr. Phil, but just did you think Dr. Phil could?
It's possible.
It's possible. But like you said, there's got to be some mint.
Yeah,
Tony, you got Tony Dungy. You have all these guys.
Oh yeah, there's lots of guys that been there. So Deion Sanders,
yeah, you have all these guys that are out there that could say, "Listen, man, I've been there. The partying, the women, the drugs, everything.
Oh, yeah.
You can overcome that, but you have to want to overcome that." So, and I'm quite sure even the Texas A&M family would, if he needed,
yeah.
Kevin Sumlin, like, listen,
yeah.
what can I do to help you? What can
and if I'm not mistaken, I think Sumlin has reached out to Johnny Manziel, a couple of times during this, but Johnny's kind of just backed away and said, I don't want it.
Really?
So
man,
it's unfortunate, but
it is what it is.
hopefully he gets it turned
Yeah.
around. I just hope the Cowboys don't sign him because uh,
Giants,
uh,
stay away, please. Stay away.
you know, being somewhat of a Dallas Cowboys fan, I don't see him being the savior to Tony Romo.
No, no, I don't either. I don't see that at all.
Speaking of football, since we're at this, uh, a story broke earlier today that their running back, uh, Darren McFadden, broke his ankle.
What? Well, oh well.
Apparently, I don't know if this is true or
Well,
not,
you got the
or if this is somebody trying to be funny. But allegedly, he broke his ankle trying to catch a fumbled phone. His phone was fumbling to the ground, and he broke his ankle somehow trying to catch it. I'm like,
you know what?
okay. It sounded like it was made up to me, but
Just get you a case on your phone. You have to worry about that. Ballistic. I'm just saying. Wow. Well, at least they got the running back from Ohio.
Ohio State, yeah.
Ohio State, which he can. I've seen him. I've seen some previously. He's pretty. I mean, it's different than but I've seen when he was at Ohio State. So we'll see what happens. And we want to give a congratulations to OSU, TCU, Texas Tech for making the College World Series.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck, guys. If you happen to be some OSU fans out there, I know one big doctor that's an OSU fan. That's a graduate. So go Pokes.
No hating earlier when I made that OSU comment.
Yeah.
By the way.
So, but yeah, we got the Big 12 has 3 teams that are in the College World Series, and man, I think OSU can if they. I've seen them play this year. I think they can win it all, but it's kind of like LeBron said with this NBA series, one game at a time.
Yeah, one game at a time.
One game at a time. They were in the country.
I don't even think they were ranked as favorites to
No.
going into the tournament.
No, in the country they ranked 20th. They were they're between 20th and 21st in the country, but even in this tournament, before the Super Regional, nobody had them even. So, but shout out to those Big 12 teams. Good luck. I think OSU plays Saturday, and if you guys want to, I will post on my Twitter and on my Facebook their playing times. If you guys want to follow me at the Big Do Show on Twitter and Facebook, and that's Big 12 news, and that's not all the big news. We got also the College Hall of Fame players from the Big 12. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you those guys' names right now, real quick. Michael Bishop from K-State. Ricky Dixon from defensive back from Oklahoma. Leslie O'Neal, defensive tackle from Oklahoma State. Kenneth Davis, running back from TCU. Bob McKay from Texas, offensive tackle, and Brian Hanspart, running back from Texas. Also, the coaches that are going to be inductees, Jim Carlin from West Virginia, and he coached at West Virginia and Texas Tech, and Coach Pete Carlton Sr. from Texas Tech, and those are the 2017 Hall of Fame inductees from the Big 12. So that was some Big 12 notes for you guys. Let me see. I got anything else on the Big 12? Also, JK talked about the Big 12 having a tournament in 2017.
Yeah,
the playoff.
The championship.
And this is the money that has been split from between the teams. Money from 2015 to 2016. Each school gets a $30.4 million increase of 20% over the previous year, and a league, the 10 league member, all 10 league members will receive a share of the distribution of revenue, which is $117 million. So that's a lot of money for for the Big 12 to be be splitting. So that's it, $117 million increase. But now they're going to have that championship game in 2017, which will be great. So you said they were going to have Texas was going to have to possibly get rid of the Big 12, Texas Longhorn.
The Longhorn Network. That's if I'm not mistaken. I could very well be mistaken, but
Okay.
I think the deal was that for all this to go through was that they had to get rid of the Longhorn Network. That became the Big 12 Network.
Ah, okay. And so, I don't know. And they were saying that if other teams would come into the Big 12, they wouldn't get as much as the 10 teams that have already been in the league and stuff like that. So I'm hoping they bring in some other teams. Somebody said and make it like 16 teams. I think that's a little bit. Just bring it back to 12. And I think,
it's not the Big 12. If you add 16,
16.
If you have 16,
we're gonna be the Big 16. No, that don't even sound right. That sounds goofy. Okay, so bring in some teams, bring it back to the Big 12, and let's make it what it used to be. Also, I don't know. I was gonna run this by you. I thought about maybe once a week, or when we do our show, have a Big 8 player, like I was thinking about going in and researching like Big 8 legends, and having that be part of the show.
Okay.
It would just maybe and it would be on every different sport. We're not going to keep it football, basketball. We're going to for you guys that don't you probably do know, but the Big 8, that was big time football back then. I mean and Nebraska ruled. Nebraska, Texas, and OU. Those were the 3 dominant teams. K-State came along when Bill Snyder came in the 90s. And so, but I thought about each week researching and just having a brief Big 8 legend, whether it be swimming, basketball, golf, whatever.
Okay.
Just to, and we probably, and I was saying maybe we could put that in maybe at the bottom of the show, but bottom of the hour, about 7:30 or so.
Yeah.
And so for you guys out there, if there's maybe a sport that that was in the Big 8, swimming, basketball, whatever. Like I said, I'll find out all the sports each week. I will bring in, and we'll have a Big 8 legend. And this week, there's a player that passed away that played for the OSU here in Oklahoma State University. His name was Brooks Thompson. He was the 27th pick in the NBA draft in 1994. He played for Utah, Denver, Phoenix, and New York. While in the NBA, he averaged 3.6 points a game. He had a 35% three-point shooting percentage. He scored 17 points in the Eastern Conference Finals against Chicago Bulls in 1996. He played at Texas A&M and OSU. He earned all Big 8 back-to-back selections in 93 and 94. His scoring percentage was 5.8 points a game, or a school record. He had 5.4 assists per game, which ranks 4th in the school history. He is second in school history with 2.7 steals. His 3-point shooting percentage was .431, and this player's name was Brooks Thompson. He was an assistant coach under Eddie Sutton from 1998 to 1999. He also coached under Eddie Sutton as an assistant from 2000 to 2001. He leaves behind his wife and 3 daughters. He's also the Colorado Player of the Year in 1989 and won the 4A state title in basketball. And that was Brooks Thompson of Oklahoma State. And he passed away last week. So he was the first Big 8 player legend that we will have this week. And I will run some by JK and see what maybe some different swimming or basketball or whatever we can. But this will be something that we'll add to the show every week and have a Big 8 legend. So from what I heard, he was one of the best point guards to ever come out of OSU. I think he played with Doug Gottlieb and some of those guys and Desmond Mason and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we'll have every week we'll have Big 8 legends, and if you guys have anybody or any sport or anybody that you may know, just like I said, send them to our page, his Twitter page and my Facebook page and stuff like that. And so, yep. I think that's now I have a small. I'm gonna get back to some stuff on the Cavs. That could hurt them. Their free throws. You're gonna have to control Steph. Kevin Love has trouble playing, and so, but you got to control Steph. That's the main thing that can keep Cleveland on the straight and narrow to winning the first championship for basketball. The last championship that was won in Cleveland, as far as a pro sport, 1964. Jim Brown, Cleveland Browns. That was the last. Wow. 1964. That was the last championship that was won in Cleveland at that time. So hopefully, LeBron and the boys can do something about that. Yeah.
So the odds are against them, but hey, right? The odds were against the Boston Red Sox as well.
Hey, the odds were against them.
Do we want to discuss the contract Von Miller turned down?
Yes. Von Miller.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know what the max deal was, but I know it was $40 million guaranteed over 2 years. Seriously, you're gonna turn that down?
Yeah, he was trying to say that, okay, I've done more than this guy on this team. Well, you're not on that team. You're with Denver.
Right.
And Denver's wanting to pay you $40 million up front. Why wouldn't you got a ring. You're with an organization that you got a good enough defense that you can get back to the playoffs again. Excuse me. And so why wouldn't you take the $40 million? You turned down $40 million. It was like, man, excuse me.
That was over 2 years. I know the contract was. It was like 6 or 7 years over like 140, 150. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, 100.
It was a huge amount of money. Who do you think is going to be the first person on the phone to contact Von Miller right now that doesn't have a defensive end, that just got rid of theirs because he was a pain in their butt?
And a woman beater?
Yep.
Dallas?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is going to be the first one on the phone. You know,
you'd be stupid not to. I mean, you saw what he did over,
exactly.
and so people and think about it, people is that Von Miller he just didn't show up in the Super Bowl. Von Miller's been a baller since he's been with Denver.
Yep.
He just ain't some flash in the pan. You just didn't, his stats warrant him getting a big contract.
Right.
Because in the Super Bowl, oh, he showed up. He showed up and he showed out in the Super Bowl. Man.
Oh yeah. Hey, and see, if Dallas does sign him, what defensive end would that remind you of?
Hold on, let me
Back in the days, I believe his number was 94.
Let me marinate. Hold on a minute. He played for Dallas and he played for San Francisco. Oh my goodness. It's right there. It is right. He played for Dallas and San Francisco. He won 4 rings with San Francisco. He came to Dallas and won more.
Does Charles
Haley.
Very good. There we go. Let me help you out a little bit. I'll give you half a name. Charles Haley.
Charles
Yeah.
Haley.
If Dallas signs him, he could anchor that defense the way Charles Haley did. And that's the biggest rumor going around Dallas right now.
Because
and rumor mills are going off like crazy because they had top 5 teams, and I can't remember what website I saw it at, but the top 5 teams to sign Von Miller now that he's turned that contract down. Dallas was number 2, and I can't even remember who number 1 was. It was like the Los Angeles Raiders maybe. Mm-hmm. It may have been the Raiders, but Dallas was definitely number 2, and they brought up the fact that and I have to agree with the person writing the article is that he could anchor that defense. Dallas's defense over the last 2 or 3 years has not been the defense that it needed to be.
Because they have an offensive line.
They've got an offensive line. Yeah. And with an offensive line, you can run the football.
Yeah.
And that's why they went after Ezekiel Elliott from Ohio State.
Yeah.
And then, you have Tony Romo, who at times,
if he can stay healthy,
if he can stay healthy,
if you keep him upright,
so
that means
exactly when he's going to the ground, you can bank that he's going to throw an interception.
Yeah, and his shoulder gonna get knocked out of place. One of the
So offensively, Dallas is there if Romo stays healthy, and the offensive line does their job.
Yeah.
Defensively, though, has been their weakness.
Yes.
They
brought in the woman beater last week. We're not going to say his name because we're not going to give him.
No.
No, he's not going to get his name on this show. Sorry.
Nope.
So they brought in the woman beater.
Yep.
Thought he was going to do something. He did nothing. And he's out of town.
Yep.
He's in some, but yeah, he's not yet. So
Jerry, reportedly Jerry Jones wants him back, but
you shouldn't have signed him, Jerry, to begin with.
The truth of the matter about the Dallas Cowboys is, a lot of people right now want to dog Jerry Jones for making bad decisions, but over the last 5 years or so,
he's made some pretty decent decisions, though. I mean,
but those aren't his decisions. His son has been making those decisions because his son is stepping in after Jerry Jones lets go.
I heard about that.
So, you look at the draft picks over the last 5 years that Dallas has made. People have dogged them, but mainly offensive linemen and now a running back.
Yeah.
People have dogged the last 5 draft picks, but they're pretty brilliant. They've got a pretty stout offensive line.
Yeah.
But defense is where they lack. They need a secondary. Supposedly, Maurice Claiborne, they're going to give another chance. And seriously, the guy's been hurt more than a fly that's just been stepped on 5 times.
Right. He's like, no, you know what? You just take your money.
He's not the Maurice Claiborne that they got from LSU. That player was stout. I mean, that kid could intercept a ball from a mile away.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna ask you something, and this is with Ray Rice.
Right.
No, we're not saying what he did was right, and not in no shape, form, or fashion at all. Don't believe in women beaters, but do you think he deserves a second chance?
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I had a show on that few months
Oh, did you?
back,
Okay, okay.
and it kind of because my stance on it is my stance,
Mm-hmm.
and people that know me were kind of like, I can't believe he said that. I'm to the point where, or I'm to the mind frame where, married men do certain things to their wife
Mm-hmm.
that, whether it be known or not known, which I'm not saying I do any of this,
Mm-hmm.
but
I seen him with his wife. He good. Don't even trip on that.
but
If you mess
there's
with him,
there,
sure.
yeah, exactly. You don't want to mess
You
with
don't mess with him, but sure. That's what I'm saying.
it. But my stance is a few months. I don't want to get too much into that
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I created an uproar, and I've
All
kind
right.
of not heard the last of that yet. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
But
Who'd you hear from? The missus?
no,
Okay.
it was people at church.
Oh.
When you rile up people at church, it's kind of like ruffling the feathers on a chicken. That's
Okay.
not a good
Okay.
idea.
So
I do think he deserves a second
I do
chance. I
too.
mean,
And people at church, I'm sorry, you may not like me, you may not whatever. Listen, I'm not condoning women beating on women, rape or none of that. But we've all done. Nobody's perfect, and he's trying to make amends. He's making amends. He's going around speaking, talking. He's been the best man that he can be, and I wish somebody would give him a chance. That's just my.
yeah,
So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Yes, I'm done. So about that subject.
yeah,
Anyway.
it
So
is what it is.
yeah. And what's with this Olympic stuff? Does the water and the not possible you go to
Oh, because of Rio?
yeah you go to Rio, you may not be able to have kids the rest of their life. Listen,
I
you
don't
know
know.
what?
I don't know. I've never been. I've got two of my own, so maybe I need to go to Rio.
Hey, I got
I think I'm done.
yeah. I'm done. I know.
I mean,
I'm,
accidents do happen, but
yeah,
Lord willing, please God, no.
please.
I've got two
Uh,
of my own, and my last one's my worst one.
oh my goodness.
She's my most honoring one.
Oh, you know, I was like, so Westbrook's not going.
No,
He's not going. Steph Curry's not
Steph
going.
Curry, yeah.
Uh, who else isn't going?
I mean, there's a bunch
There's
of
a
people
bunch of
stepping down, and and hearing the people that
it's
are
it's
actually
a
going, it's
it's
almost like a C team. You're kind of like,
yeah
it's almost like in a high school, you're watching the junior varsity instead
yeah
of the varsity team. The NBA to me would be the varsity, but yet all these players are backing out, and so we're kind of stuck with the junior
yeah.
varsity team.
Is it some kind of water issue or something that they're talking about in the air?
Possibly,
Uh,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean Westbrook, if I'm not mistaken, come out with a statement basically saying the reason why he wasn't going was he was wanting to work on next season during the off season. He wanted to get ready for next season.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, the the issue is brought up now that you bring the question up is, did he really stay because he wants to court Kevin Durant and staying. I
Yeah.
mean, if he goes to Rio, there's not a lot of courting that he can do because the Olympics are what, late June to early August,
Mm-hmm.
and free
That's when free
agency
season.
starts right at July 1st.
Yeah.
So
Oh
You
yes.
know, if he's over in Rio, it's all phone calls. But if he's over here, it's face to face. Let's go to your restaurant over here in
In Bricktown,
Bricktown.
yeah.
You know, me and you grab a couple of Coronas and shoot the breeze a little
Which
bit.
I have yet to go to KD's.
You've never been?
I've never been.
Oh my
My
goodness!
I've heard it was
It'll
good.
make you slap your grandmother.
Really?
I
Okay.
I like fried chicken. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm a white dude that likes fried chicken. Okay.
What did you say? You know what? You know they say all black people like fried chicken. It's true. but listen, but we all don't eat watermelon because watermelon's nasty.
I didn't say watermelon.
Okay, I'm just saying. For you people out there that think we all eat watermelon and all that stuff,
Oh,
I don't eat watermelon. Okay, and no, so there you go.
no, but see, the fried chicken, the best. I swear.
Better than Aishin's.
I've never had ice.
Are you?
No, seriously. I've had my wife's
Stop
fried
the
chicken.
mother presses.
But-
You have not had Aishin's?
No, but see, with KD's, I'll tell you what they do is they bake it.
Mhm.
You know, it's fried and all that good stuff. Then they have honey on top of it, and then they put it inside of
Ooh.
honey. You know, oh man,
Ooh.
the first time I went to KD's, just my wife and I think it was my son at the time. I don't believe my daughter was born yet, but I had the meatloaf, southern meatloaf. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
I don't
But
eat
they-
beef or pork, so we don't. Yeah, so.
But the last time that I went, my parents were in town from Texas, and we tried to discuss where to go, and we had already taken them to Toby Keith's next door. So
Never been.
basically KD's and Toby Keith's are owned by the same company, so the food's basically the same, southern fried type stuff. So we decided, let's go to KD's. Okay, so we go to KD's, and I hadn't had the fried chicken, so I had the fried chicken. I swear, every time I go back now, it's fried chicken. I
Really?
mean, they give you four pieces of chicken. I mean, fried chicken. You can get two sides. I had green beans. You're making me hungry right now. I have to go to KD's after the show.
See y'all later.
See ya. I wonder if we can get endorsed by KD's by saying it so many times.
I know,
during the
right?
show.
We love KD's chicken. We love KD's chicken. We love KD's chicken. We love KD's. Soul America.
Oh man. But
You know what? Okay, we'll have to go to. I tell you what, we'll go to Aishin's
okay.
1 week, and then 1 week we'll go to KD's,
Oh yeah.
and we'll have to compare the two. And so you guys know, I probably didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody, but this last month of June is my last month of eating fast food for like a year.
Uh-oh.
So it'll be whatever I eat. It'll either be Subway or I'll be cooking it. So no fast food for a year. That means no Sonic, no McDonald's,
My kid's favorite.
no Wendy's, no Wendy's,
My kid's favorite.
no Popeye's chicken.
Sorry, that's not my kid's favorite.
That's my favorite. Walmart's chicken is good too, though. Walmart chicken is it's
That chicken.
it's pretty. It's not bad. It's not bad. So for a month, for about a year, I will not be eating any fast food, and I've been winging myself down slowly and less and less fast food and stuff. I'm not in bad health or anything. I just want to see. I don't need beef or pork. I just want to see what the transformation will be to my body. What will happen? Other than that, But yeah. So so we will do Aishin's. We will do KD's. And we'll tell you guys who the best is. Especially if you don't live here in Oklahoma
Oh yeah.
and you're watching us from wherever and you come to visit, you can check them out yourself. KD's, Aishin's is in Okarche, I think it is. Yeah, and then KD's is in Bricktown.
Oh who?
What you say? Also, if you like finger food type stuff, the Melting Pot, awesome.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I've only had that once, and that was an anniversary with my wife.
Okay, I've had it so my daughters don't really do birthday parties.
Right.
They do like where we're gonna go eat,
Right.
or where do they? Where everybody you
Right.
get to pick where
Right.
you want.
Exactly. Exactly.
So they for a couple of years they were like, oh, melting pot, melting pot. I was like, okay, you know, because first time I went to a melting pot, I play golf too. So first time I saw melting pot was in Myrtle Beach. Loved it, and the golf in Myrtle Beach, excellent golf. When I kicked the bucket, all my sprinkles all over Myrtle Beach, all over Myrtle Beach. But yes, so the melting pot, if you like finger food or food that you can just Google melting pot. It's great. They just built one in Kansas City. I haven't tried it yet, so next time I go into Kansas City, I will get it. But if you go to Kansas City and you like gizzards and livers, Go Chicken Go. Oh my God! You talking about make you slap your mama? It didn't make you slap your mama's mama. So
Katie's made me slap my grandma, but she slapped me 10
she
times
slapped you
harder.
10 times harder. Like, what you think you talking to? But yes, if you go to Kansas City, I'm repping my town. Go to Go Chicken Go. They got them all. All you gotta do is Google them. Go Chicken Go. Gizzards and livers. They have other food too besides gizzards and livers, but that's I get a full order mix of gizzards and livers with some go sauce. Man, ooh wee. And like people think, what are they talking? I said, listen. So, and when my best friend was alive, when we really didn't have a whole lot of money between the two of us, we would buy a full order mix and one drink, and we would ride around town just doing whatever, and we just share that one. But that's what happened when you broke.
Yeah.
You know, when your best friend's broke or you semi broke. You got jobs, but you still got bills to pay, and so that's what we did. But yes, we would Go Chicken Go, and we get strawberry. I heard all y'all people out there say all black people like a strawberry. That ain't true either. Okay, that ain't true.
Notice he's saying this. I'm not saying. Notice how much bigger he is than me.
But so yeah. But yes, I like food. But I do work out quite a bit. Matter of fact, when I leave here tonight, I'm gonna go to 10 Gym, which I ended my 10 Gym was great. I ended my membership because when I get off work on the weekends, they're closed.
Oh no!
And so when I get off at 11 o'clock at night, I want to go work out. And there's certain things that certain exercises that I can't do at the gym at my house that I can do it. But it's like I'm paying you all this money every month. You're gonna open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You open on Friday, but you'll close at a certain time. That's not 24. You know what? That's not 24 hours. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to Planet Fitness, and I'm looking forward to it. But don't let the body fool you. Okay, I work out. I eat right. I've been fat all my life. I don't have any aspirations or any thoughts of being skinny. I just want to be healthy and be fabulous. That's it. Fabulous. Okay.
Well, on that note.
So, you guys.
Since we've talked ourselves hungry.
Yeah, I know, right? But thanks you guys for listening to the show this week. We've enjoyed it. I know JK's enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Keep following us. Keep viewing. Pass us on to your friends, and we're gonna get better each and every time. Like I said, I admit last week I was a little nervous. I'm used to doing radio. I'm not used to having to
look at it.
having to look at something. So last week I was a little nervous, but I'll get better. And with radio, when you're done talking, commercial, bam, you're done, and you go to commercial or you play a PSA or something. Whereas this, you have to keep.
Yep.
You have to work on
until we can start getting sponsors. And people to help us out. And even at that, you still have to voice a lot of
commercials. Yeah.
So, but yeah. Again, thanks everyone for following us on YouTube, the All About Sports Zone page. So go to youtube.com simple search engine, go to All About Sports Zone, or type in your search engine Jimmy the K Sports Show. Bam, voila, bada bing, bada boom, bazinga. It's right there.
And here we are,
All in all our glory.
live and in color.
If you have questions, you can email me at allaboutsportszone@gmail.com. Simple. The best way to get your sports questions answered is to email us allaboutsportszone@gmail.com. You can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/allaboutsportszone, or Twitter at Jimmy Kersey1. And until next week, I am Jimmy the K. This is the Big Do. And guess what? I really hope you don't give your heart a break, because Demi Lovato wants to give your heart a break. Until next week, peace out.
Hey, have a good day, guys. Talk to you later.
See ya.